Hello and welcome to a special Tarot and Tea. I'm Safrianna, Luna the Queer Spirit Guide, just in case this is your first time stumbling across me. And every Monday, I normally go live to pull some tarot cards and some oracle cards for the collective, but I am away from home and I am not doing all of the things that I would normally do this week, so I still want to show up with you though. And so I'm here as I normally would be. You just get a pre-recorded video instead of a live one. So happy Monday, or whenever you are seeing this. Know that I love you so very much, and I am off rejuvenating and resetting myself so that I can continue to show up in the ways that are authentic for me and that really continue to serve me. So let's see what the tarot has to say for us this week. The Eight of Wands. Love this card. I know that it's definitely one that has shown up for me at some different points in time in my life, and we have it here reversed. So the Eight of Wands is really normally like upright. It's about speed and synchronicity. It's about accomplishment. So you can see this figure hurling the spear or the wand into the distance and, going the distance. But reversed, this can actually signify the end of something. It can be the end of a conflict. It can be the end of a relationship. It can be the end of confusion or infatuation. Or it can feel like there's a delay in a project or an uncertainty that we're looking at. But all we need, and this is the key here with this, is all we need is a shift in attitude. So whatever feels like maybe it is like blocked in some way, you have been wanting to see this through, you have been wanting to see this project of yours or this situation of yours come to like a happy conclusion, and there be this sense of accomplishment and like things working out. You're almost there. You just need to shift your perspective. So open to where you can change your perspective just a little bit or take a step back. I mean, that's what I'm literally off doing right now, is taking a step back. So I love this message for us. Again, it's like we can go the distance. We just need to allow ourselves that attitude adjustment, that slight change in order to get where we want to go. So that is our message from the Druidcraft Tarot, the Eight of Wands reversed. And now we are going to pull some oracle from Sacred Geometry Activations. I hope that all of the traffic sounds behind me don't bother y'all too much, but I decided, since I could, because I'm not live and the Wi-Fi signal isn't going to get in the way, that I would come outside and enjoy it out here while I can. Yeah, we'll dream in the tea section here. But let's see what activations are here for us as we are getting these attitude adjustments, as we are really tuning into what's next. What can call us through? What can help us change our perspective and receive what we need to receive? What can help us move towards the sense of accomplishment that we want and to receive the synchronicities that are here for us? What a fascinating spread. This really tells a story, I feel like. So, our first card is Passion. Just take a moment to look at that beautiful activation, these bright colors. So this frequency and this activation reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So this accomplishment that you are moving towards, of course, you want to move towards something that you feel actually passionate about, that you feel like it's worthwhile to do with your life and spend your time. And so this is really reminding us to follow that urge of the passion that moves us forward, the frequency of enjoyment, the frequency of that intense emotion that says, yes, this is for me. What makes you feel passionate, and how do you change your perspective on it? Because that's what I feel like, again, is coming through here with our reversed Eight of Wands, is this message of, like, you need to change your attitude a little bit, shift your perspective, so that you can have the speed and the synchronicity and the accomplishment that you want to have, so that you can move swiftly in the direction that you want to go. But you have to follow the arrow of your passion towards that future, or you're going to have nothing to look forward to. So really allowing yourself to step into passion. And then we have the heart chakra. And this is this frequency of the heart chakra, beautiful emerald green, the flower of life. This supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally, and the healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. So the heart chakra here is, I said the oracle cards are really telling a story. In order to move towards this life that we want, towards this activation of more alignment, towards more of our truth, we really need to be able and willing to follow our heart and activate this true unconditionally loving energy for ourselves. And finally, fertility. I was like, wow, we have passion, we have the heart chakra, and we have fertility. This is like a Beltane summer solstice, high energy portal. Like, we are coming out of Beltane season. We are officially in summer solstice season. The summer solstice is this week, the end of this week. And fertility here is telling us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. To activate our potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Also, I feel like this card really matches my outfit. Just saying. But fertility, there is an invitation here. The passion, the heart chakra, the fertility. It is saying, like, bloom in your time and your way here now. Bloom. And open your heart, open to the passion that is calling you forward, open to this infinite, courageous spark within you, this creative, potent, joyful, overflowing power that is within you. And you can make anything happen. That will be the swiftness that will upright this hesitation, this signal of something ending, or this old mode going away, so that we can upright and move towards what we want. So I love this message for this week. I love the synchronicity with it being, again, we're coming officially out of Beltane season. We have ramped all the way up to the summer solstice portal pretty much. And I mean, just what beautiful, beautiful energy here. So to recap our reading for this week, our tarot was the Eight of Wands reversed. This is really just telling us, like, the speed, the synchronicity, the magic, the accomplishment. Like, it's right here. We just have to change our perspective. We need to right our relationship with ourselves, is what I'm hearing. Right our relationship with ourselves. And we do that by moving into our oracle messages here. Our fertility, our passion, and our heart chakra activation. So the passion, what leads you forward? What is calling you at this time? What has called you your whole life that you have not necessarily listened to or followed with integrity for yourself? Move towards that now and allow your heart to open so that you can fully receive what is here for you now. Allow yourself to step into this frequency of unconditional love for yourself, for your mind and your body. Allow there to be this deeper connection. And the fertile blooming, the courageous heart, the creative, joyful expression, more joyful and loving than you ever were before. That is the season that is here for us. So I love these messages. I hope you do too. And I hope that they set you off for a beautiful week. Again, I am off in nature, taking some time to rejuvenate. My usual midweek newsletter is also going to be pre-written. And yeah, I'm just going to unhook. I'm going to unplug. So as we transition into my little personal update, the tea section of our tarot and tea, it is actually evening time as I'm recording this. It is Saturday night right now. I have actually been out all day running errands and shopping to prepare for my trip away. And so I am drinking a caramel and chamomile with oat milk, and it's just so good. Yum, yum. So my personal update, obviously I'm away. Oh gosh. Oh, if you've been following along with me for a while, you know I have been on a journey for my whole life, honestly. But this past year's journey, as I've just turned 37, this year of 36, this journey around the sun of 36 was really a clarifying year. It was I'm not doing this way anymore. I'm not engaging in this way anymore. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I am not, like, just all of this stepping away from codependency and people pleasing and playing small and silencing myself and so much shadow work. And it was my tarot tower year. It was just a time, right? And I finally do feel like I am emerging on the other side of that into myself more and more every day. And I feel like I'm finally surrounded by the people who want to cheer me on as me and not just try to make me play small for them, to make them more comfortable or to live through my accomplishments or to take advantage of me in some way. Like, I've finally gotten that clarity of community and of what it feels like to be seen, to be witnessed, to be reciprocated, to be held, and all of these things. And that just feels beautiful. And I also have continued to be, even though I've unhooked so much from the American dream, you know, the Park House saga and all of that, I still continue to struggle with a lot of the capitalistic productivity, hustle culture, metric stuff. And I know that that is still continuing to unhook from the vestiges of my father and, you know, his unfortunate attitudes and blasting our music on the motorcycle. Pretty impressive. But, you know, my dad was just so bought into money and needing stuff and just a lot of proving energy and patriarchy and capitalism and all that stuff too. And I was such a daddy's girl and so wanted to emulate him and be like him and make him proud. And there's still so many ways I'm continuing, not necessarily to unhook from the relationship with him. If you're unfamiliar, my father passed away in 2021 and I have a whole poetry book called Daddy's Girl about all of that. I've processed so much of it. But it's like that last thread of how my family expected me to show up in the world and be that I'm really untangling from. And then of course there's just stepping out of a marriage. It's, you know, almost 7-year marriage and stepping away from a business in the form that I thought it was going to be, a career, multiple careers in the form that I thought it was going to take. You know, I have just really been through the process of making and unmaking myself again and again. And as I get to know my human design, I've really been reflecting lately on my conscious sun gate, which is like your leading big personality one. And for the life of me right now, I can't remember what the gate number is, but the story behind this gate is in Christy Engie. I'm not sure how to say her last name. I've never actually heard it, but in her reading of human design, she calls it the hungry heart. And it is really this, like, those with the hungry heart, and especially someone like me who it's like a leading personality trait, we really only want to do something one time, unless it's really something we've learned we love to do. And she gives the example of you only need to make love in a canoe once to know what making love in a canoe is like. I would agree. Yeah. And I would personally be like, yeah, I don't think I need to do that again now that I've done it once. That is so much of my life. And once I've really felt something and seen it for what it is, and I've really tried it on, if it's not for me, I tend to know that really quickly. And it's like I tried on careers. I tried on the American dream the way it was taught to me. I tried on writing like I was told to write. I tried speaking the way I was told to speak. I tried all of that. And nope, it's not for me. I'm a sparkly unicorn. Oh, speaking of which, I love this tie-dye. Jake's tie-dye, by the way. He is one of my favorite tie-dye artists. I watch him on YouTube, and this is my little birthday unicorn set. So, yeah, like just shining my light. And I feel like I have been so lost in the noise of the productivity and the like, oh my God, what do I do when I'm rebuilding my life from what feels like ground zero. It's not ground zero, right? There's a part of me that worries it's ground zero and that I'm starting over from scratch. I'm not. I'm starting over with so much knowledge, so much integrated wisdom, and so much more of that community that I really feel like has my back, that I feel so blessed to have. And it's not anything like what I thought it would be, certainly. But it's more than I thought it would ever be. So I'm so thankful for all of you in my life and in my world right now who cheer me on and know that I am away, listening to my heart, listening to my soul, actually taking some moments to really just sit in stillness with myself without needing to, because if you've been following along, you know I make a ton of content. I try to share a lot about my life and my process because I am the living the messily out loud and shining the light and like just being human and teaching the shadow light dance and all of that. But sometimes I get so focused on healing for other people and doing everything to share with others that I don't give myself enough time to be still and quiet. So that is what I am doing, is going off to be still and quiet and allow myself some spaciousness without feeling like that impulse to create on behalf of everyone else. And that's something I have to work on in myself too, right? The message of the passion and the fertility, following my creative, courageous self and being more joyful than ever before, and allowing my passion to come through, even if, you know, my passion is writing, and unfortunately the actual writing of books takes like 6 months to a year at least, if not more. And so I want to constantly be sharing and showing up, but also my passion is to really go hermit mode and really write some deep, profound, quiet things and then bring them out into the world. So I'm gonna go rediscover myself, see who I am on the other side of it. And I know one thing that's really coming through is that I've been showing up in a lot of different live formats and a lot of different platforms for the last 3 years. And what I know is that I'm not reaching all of the people I want to be reaching yet. And I know it's a slow process, right? And I trust that. And I know that to be so. But I also feel like some of the strategy or the methods or ways I'm showing up are not necessarily in energetic alignment with who I'm becoming next. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I imagine it's going to mean my content changes in some way, or the way that I show up is going to change in some way. So we'll just see. But for right now, just know that I love you all so much. And as always, I'm cheering you on. And I hope that you have a beautiful start to your week and that you can take some moments in nature. I hope that if you've heard all of the traffic sounds in the background, that you've also been able to hear all of the beautiful nature sounds in the background too. Got a real chatter right here. So again, I love y'all so much. I hope you are well. And that these messages reach you in the way that you need right here, right now. Until next time, bye for now.